There's a warning today that Victoria needs to start planning now for an expected quadrupling in the number of people suffering from dementia over the next 40 years.
And new reports suggest families are destined to be hit hard by the dementia epidemic in Victoria if state and federal governments don't take decisive action. Joining us in our Melbourne studio now, is the CEO of Alzheimer's Australia, Lynette Moore. Lynette, good morning. Thanks very much for joining us.
Good morning, and thank you for both picking up this really important story.
It's our pleasure. Now, what's driving the projected increase? Is it just the growing numbers of our ageing population?
That's right. Medical science has been so fabulously successful in keeping us all alive for longer, and what that means is more and more people are growing old and very old, and although dementia is not a normal part of ageing, the risk does increase the older people are. So particularly as the baby boomers go through, then we're going to see these massive increases.
So what kind of percentages are we looking at, say, of the baby boomer population who will eventually be in the dementia category?
Well, right now, the first of the baby boomers are turning 65 this year. And in just about 10 years, there'll be around 25,000 baby boomers with dementia in Victoria. So that's a massive increase just in that next 10 years. I suppose just to put it in everyday terms, right now in Victoria there are around 50 new cases of dementia every day. That's 50 families faced with, what am I going to do? This is a big change in the retirement that I had expected for myself or my family. But by 2050, that 50 a day is going to climb to about 250 a day. 250 new cases every day, unless we have medical breakthroughs.
And this is focusing just on Victoria. I mean, are there any reasons to doubt that there could be similar problems nationwide?
Look, not at all. We in Victoria, and I'm the CEO of Alzheimer's Australia here in Victoria, we focus specifically on this right now. We're really trying to get both our state and federal parliamentarians here ahead of elections by both the state government and the federal election to focus on this. But you're right, the situation is absolutely duplicated right across this country.
Of course, you'd be aware of all the research going on into dementia, into Alzheimer's disease. Is there any hope that there might be some breakthroughs that you spoke of earlier?
There's always hope, but the critical thing is there's more chance of getting that great cure, beating this disease, the causes of dementia, the more research there is. And we know that research spending on dementia is underdone relative to other conditions when we look at the numbers of people affected, the severity of the disability associated with dementia, and the cost to our community. So right now, dementia is seriously underdone in the research funding. So what we need is not only money for services right now, there are gaps right now in services and families hurting because of that, and that's only going to magnify, but we also need that commitment to funding to reduce the prevalence, and that can come through commitment to campaigns to people reduce their own risk by their own lifestyle behaviours, and also putting the money into the hard research questions.
Lynette Moore, thanks very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.